Hello and welcome, my name is Bushman, and today we are playing Hearts of Iron 3 as the German Reich. Alrighty, so last episode we've just finished demilitarizing the Rhineland. We're now able to access that area and we'll get rid of that super planes in reserve thing. And let's just fast forward back on time, because there's not really that much to do. Let's see how our production is going. We need 5,000 guns. Oh. And the Spanish Civil War has happened. Alrighty. So, Nationalist Spain has just risen up. Now, Nationalist Spain will always rise up to varying degrees of success. And if I just pause here for a second. Now, I'm actually going to unassign both, well, 3 armor battalions. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to actually send these 3 battalions or divisions into the fray, pretty much. Let's go with you, Mr. Paul. Alright, so we can talk to Nationalist Spain here. And we have this send to volunteers. Now we can send volunteers to help their war effort. Unfortunately, we're limited to 2, it looks like. But not a problem, we can just unassign one of those. And we'll have 2 Panzer divisions help them out. Now that'll generate 1% of the threat. But that's okay. So now those 2 forces are moving out. And then I will just tell you to help that one. Let's check our recruiting. So one of them hasn't gotten anything yet. And the rest are getting there. Now we need how many troops? We have 24, 26. So we need another 29 divisions to actually win this. Alright, but here's actual like combat. So we're going to make our because we only have 2 people here, we can't cover a very wide front. However, with our 2 divisions, we can go ahead and tell my troops, okay, run down here. And then once you get down here, which you guys already are, I'll have them move in and take this port and hopefully this land. Now, hopefully, we can get fairly lucky here and we can modify government again. I'm going to go into a war economy. That means that basically, we have less factories working on consumer goods. So we have 11 factories not building toasters, basically. And then we can tell you to begin your plan. And as you can see here, because we have the tanks, we are doing very strong. This is why I chose tank battalions instead of like the instead of infantry battalions, because the tanks will do a whole bunch of damage against the infantry, because that's just what they're strong at. And once you guys have finished that, I want you to push in. So now they will push the wrong way. So that's fine, because we can just tell them to do that, and now they'll push in the right way. And then as these two tanks fight, we will gain more combat experience simply because we're actually fighting now. I want to put U7 into purple. Now this is on the fastest speed, so that's why the fights are going incredibly quickly. Now hopefully in the next 70 days we'll be able to get the other, we'll be able to take Austria via the Ansbach, or via that one the Ansbach focus. And basically we give Austria an ultimatum of join us or we'll take you over. So, yep, as you see, we are pushing in very quickly. Nationalist Spain managed to take out the ports, which is great for us. We got interwar artillery and basic tools, which means that opens it up for us. Now we have a choice in industry. We can either go dispersed industry, which decreases, well, it increases the factory output by 10%, or you can go concentrated. Now I'm gonna go concentrated because I'm greedy. Basically, that's the whole thing. Basically, also with concentrated, it means that you can produce more things. You produce more things, that means you have more things to throw at your enemy. The more things you can throw at your enemy, the less likely they're going to be able to attack you. So it's kind of like that huge knock-on effect of I can either protect the stuff by just making it harder to hit, or I can just produce more stuff and make it harder from the hit because I'm taking them out quicker. And to me, the logic is, okay, let's do that instead, because that sounds so much better. And as you can see here, the defense bonus is huge too. And then we have more Nationalist Spain coming in to hold our line for us. So we can actually bring this on back. And that will allow us to... Now it will mean that they will take that. Unfortunately. And I actually want to fall back and try and take out this tank while I can. We are winning barely. Now we should win pretty well. Tanks are very tough to take out, especially with our weak light tanks. These are not tanks that were really designed for tank-to-tank combat. Alright, so we just blitzed into here. And I'm actually going to continue. Now this will mean that we will lose a bunch of this land. And I'm actually going to fall back to just right there. Yep, we're starting to lose land, and now we're actually cut off, which isn't amazing by any means, but I think we should still be okay because we're 2 tanks, and the enemy should be able, we should be able to fight them off pretty easily. Alright. So now we need to set a new offensive line, and we'll set it to be right there. And we'll go on in and do this fight. So, yep, now we're getting Nationalist Spain, who came into the ports. And then we'll also be protecting this port here. If we can take this port, that'd be awesome. However, I've just realized I screwed this up kind of, but we're gonna go with it. Because they're attacking from the wrong direction. Alright, we got construction. Beautiful, and we can modify government. Alright, so half a year ahead of time. Not really something I want to deal with. However, land doctrines are still way too expensive. So we're gonna go with a logistics company. And we're going to... War industrialist, that'd be really nice. We could also go with a PowerPoint gainer, which basically just gets us a little bit extra PowerPoints, but since we only have 2 already, we shouldn't be that stressed out for that. I will actually... We'll change our economy. So now we have limited exports right now, which gives factory output 5%, construction speed 5%, and research time minus 1%. Now we can get that to 15%, 15%, and 10%. However, most of our resources go to the free trade. And if I unpause, we're probably going to get a pop-up that we need more resources. Oh wow, Nationalist Spain is starting to lose over here. That's not good. I'm a bit surprised we haven't got a pop-up saying, "We're losing this," because that's usually what happens. Actually, Nationalist Spain is kind of losing here. Mainly because they just don't have any manpower left. Let's go ahead and do that plan. Alright. British Parliament debates intervention in the Benelux. So over here. Having learnt from the Great War, the British will not underestimate the strategic value of the Benelux region and the potential risks of seeing enemy countries build influence there. The British Parliament has debated the possibility of a military intervention, while the political implications of such action weigh heavily on Neville Chamberlain. Several decisive arguments were delivered before it was decided that the rest of the debate should be conducted in closed chambers. Such an intervention would irrevocably change the political landscape of Europe. So basically what happened is the British are taking a more... Whoops, time was going on. We wasted a day there. Whatever. So Ethiopia is gone now. There we go. But basically, United Kingdom is saying, hey, you guys aren't allowed to be fascist, or we're going to kill you. Is basically the gist of it. So we don't have enough people yet for that. Unfortunately. We're not really even close. Well, no, we are close. Here's 40,000. Oh, no. Oh, that's ships. Never mind. Alright. Let's run back here. Now, we unfortunately just don't have any way to gain land. Well, to hold the land that we have. We do need to save these two guys. We should be able to just steamroll right into them. There we go. And then the German Olympics. The 11th Olympic Games were recently held in Berlin. Attended, we won easily. We're actually going to just... We're going to continue trying to just plow right through them. Take strategic areas. Hopefully Nationalist Spain can get it under control, but I doubt they will. Because they have not been very useful. Yeah, well... Oh, that's bad. Yeah, we wanna prevent our guys from getting encapsulated. Okay, we're now dealing with attrition, but we shouldn't deal with it that long. Yeah, it looks like Nationalist Spain has mostly lost this. And we can only send in our 2 volunteers. Limited by number of divisions. Why are we only allowed 2 though? I wish that would make sense. Now we could give them weapons, but I don't think it will do that much. I may just have to accept that Nationalist Spain won't be a thing this game. However, we will continue fighting because it's just giving us free war experience. Alright, so we got, once again, another political power. And we can go ahead and get the war industrialist. And we can actually check how we're doing in factories. So we're about to get these 2 factories. And we're about to recruit a whole bunch of people. However, I think I'll have to end it for this episode. Nationalist Spain doesn't look like it's going to be a thing, unfortunately. I did try and just encircle them, but unfortunately Nationalist Spain wasn't able to hold it. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold it now. Especially with most of their forces in the south destroyed. But we gave it a try. So, if you've enjoyed this episode though, please remember to like and comment down below. And as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.